Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with the next episode of F1 2015 Lewis Hamilton career mode, and actually I think even though I thought Monaco was going to be a disaster for me, it turned out to be a really enjoyable race, so stick around for that. So you can see the qualifying results there, not exactly the greatest, but I didn't expect to be here in Monaco. So I'm starting in 5th position here behind Daniel Ricciardo, my teammate, and both of the Ferrari. So the lights are out and away we go here in Monaco. An alright start. It needs to be a bit better than Daniel Ricciardo, who has to brake ever so slightly on the inside. But then you can see Carlos Sainz around the outside there trying to go for a move. He gets overtaken by Massa in all of that. So we stay in our 5th position there. Kimi Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Vettel and Hamilton pretty much hold position in front of us there. And that was a bit of a random order, but you know what I mean. They all hold position in front of me there. Like a slight mistake through there, you can see, get a bit sideways and touch the wall and lose some time to Ricciardo in front of us here. So now we've got to just try our best of holding this position and hopefully be able to catch up to Ricciardo, which is what we do late on lap number 5 here. You can see in the second half of the lap we've really closed up to Daniel Ricciardo here. We should be past Ricciardo easily, but this is Monaco and he can't really overtake, so it's going to be tough to overtake Ricciardo. I'd actually been behind him for a little bit longer here, about lap 4, but we go for a move down the inside here. It's side by side with Daniel Ricciardo. We brave it out around the outside here. Daniel Ricciardo still with us here. He's looking around the outside once again. Daniel Ricciardo, you saw his front wing still poking around the outside here and being defensive on the inside line. Now we get it into first gear and shift it up straight away, second, third, fourth, and we get away from Daniel Ricciardo. But a great move, or great attempt from him to stay around the outside and try and keep his position. And we skip ahead a lot of laps before we get anywhere near Kimi Raikkonen here. You can see this is lap number 13. We've sort of closed him in now, but the lead is way gone for us here. Rosberg's already like 10 seconds ahead, and Vettel's probably about 5 seconds ahead of us as well. So it's a really tough job for us to get anything but third place here, but I'll take third place after a difficult race for me, a track ride not that good. You can see a nice fastest lap there for me, which is pretty nice. But yeah, you can see it's not exactly my best track. I don't really have the best racing lines in the world around here, but I suppose it doesn't help with the intermediate conditions. I'm not exactly the best either. I mean, I put full downforce on for this track, so I should be pretty decent in any conditions. Even in qualifying when it's fully dry, I put on the full wet sort of setup down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen. Do we manage to get this move done? Oh no, there's contact! And after watching that a couple of times over, guys, I do say sorry to Kimi Raikkonen there. That was my fault. I didn't leave him the room. Sometimes I don't actually look back these things and sort of just say, oh, that was Kimi Raikkonen's fault there. But I did look back at that quite a few times. That was 100% my fault. Didn't give Kimi Raikkonen the room there that he deserved to obviously try and get through that corner without making any contact, but that was my fault there. So now through the left hand, through the chicane. Oh, there's contact with the wall. That is not what we wanted there. We get it spun around. Well, that's about 4 or 5 seconds lost. That's Kimi Raikkonen. Disappointing stuff there. We didn't want that to happen in this race. Obviously, we'll see what the split is through here. 4 seconds to Kimi Raikkonen there. That's disappointing. So, lap number 18. We haven't entirely closed down that gap to Kimi Raikkonen, but we can see him a little bit closer to us now. So, we definitely did have decent pace in this race. Obviously, you can see we have the fastest lap of the race. You can see our time in the top right is in purple. But, you know, we sort of didn't have a great start really. The first 5 or 6 laps until we caught Ricciardo, really we didn't have great pace. We didn't really set it into a rhythm, and it meant that we were really slow. And yeah, that's pretty much where I lost the race. And also taking my time to get past Ricciardo, spinning after I tried to attempt to overtake Raikkonen. It didn't exactly go my way this race, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. It was actually probably one of the most enjoyable sort of single player races I've ever done on F1 2015, which says a lot really. I'm actually sort of enjoying some races here and there on this game. I mean, I'm enjoying pretty much all of these career mode races because I really am fighting with the AI, but some just races in general not enjoyable. So really at the moment I stick to this series here, the career mode, and also the Road to League 1 series you see online. That's an enjoyable series to record. That should be out tomorrow for anyone wondering about that, when that next episode is going up. Might be recording that late tonight or early tomorrow, I'm not too sure. We'll see about that. Anyway, we're heading on to the last 2 laps of the race here. Why have the directors of the race, or the FIA, that's the word I'm looking for. Why have the FIA, oh my god, I can't speak. Let's try again. Why have the FIA put DRS on? I'm not too sure. I think they did in this last race, didn't they? In Spain as well, where they put the DRS on with like 1 or 2 laps to go, and it completely destroyed Rosberg's chance of winning that race. I wasn't going to win that Spanish Grand Prix if it wasn't really for that DRS that I got on 2 occasions on that lap. So I do find it a little bit annoying because I want to race cleanly with the AI, but I suppose of all the tracks where DRS doesn't make a single bit of difference, it's here in Monaco. We saw a couple of great overtakes in GP2 in real life, but in this game, nah, you can't really overtake with DRS, let's be honest. Down to turn 1, it's pretty much impossible. These cars are too fast out of that last corner to get a much better run than the car in front, unless they get held up behind traffic, which is exactly where we're at right now. As one of the MONACO cars is Merry. What is he doing? Why is he not getting out of the way? And he's crashed into the side of us here. Lewis Hamilton waves his hand like, what are you doing, mate? I mean, Roberto Merry, I mean, surely they can program the fact that he can just like go off the track or something to avoid us there. But that was disappointing driving there for Roberto Merry. I know he's a massive lad in real life, but really, that is terrible driving there from Roberto in the game. Hopefully we don't see that sort of too much in this career mode. Obviously we will be lapping cars here and then as we're in a good car. So DRS open once again. We're going on to the last lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. Can we take the third step on the podium? I mean, it would be a nice start. I mean, I finished first or second, I think, in all of the races so far this season. I mean, it'd be nice to try and maintain a 100% podium record. Mercedes haven't got that in real life. That'd be something awesome we can actually try and complete in this game. Obviously, Nico Rosberg has pretty much done it, except from this one retirement. So, yeah, now looking down the inside, giving Raikkonen. No, we're not. We're sticking behind him here. You see his red flashing light on the back, reflecting off the silver of the McLaren. Not McLaren, what am I talking? Mercedes? Why do I always say McLaren? Well, I seem to mix them up for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Let's try and overtake Raikkonen. That's the only aim from this race, obviously, now, because we're not getting anything better than third place. We're not going to get anything worse than fourth place, so we might as well go for a move, surely. Late on the brakes, Kimi Raikkonen is already steered into the corner at that point, so we can't get that move done. There's a bit contact with Raikkonen. He hits the wall on the outside. I get a much better run off the corner, but I'm sliding out all over the place down the straight, trying to find a way to get overtaking him. So, yeah, I'm right behind Raikkonen. 0.3 of a second, I think that is. Surely it's less than that. Now, last couple of corners here, there's a bit more contact with Raikkonen because he's so slow through some of these corners here. Looking at the inside, no, I'm not going to get it done, am I? Last corner coming up here of the Monaco Grand Prix. Wow, what a crazy race that was. We'll have DRS, but a disappointing way to end that race. I really would have loved to take that final step on the podium, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. We're still going to keep our championship lead. It's obviously going to come down. We scored 12 points in that race in comparison to Rosberg's 25. So we lost 13 points, over half of our lead that we had come into this race on Rosberg with a 25-point lead. Obviously, at 13 points that Hamilton got over us, sorry, Rosberg got over us in this race. That means we are down to a 12-point deficit between me and Rosberg in the championship, which we'll see in a second there. But well done to Rosberg. That was a really good race for me. Didn't put a foot wrong. Same with Vettel as well, and same with Raikkonen pretty much until I got involved with trying to overtake him. So you see down the field, not really much stuff happened. A couple of cars went down the field, especially Carlos Sainz. Anyway, there are these driver standings after the race. You can see there, me and Rosberg pretty much just going to go for this championship, let's be honest. Vettel is quite far back, as is Raikkonen. And there is the constructor standings. Haven't showed that much throughout this career mode, but you can see a massive lead over Scuderia Ferrari. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to tune in about a week's time for more Lewis Hamilton career mode. Goodbye.